Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Minecraft series. Today's episode is episode 10 of season 14, which is of course quite exciting news, because that means this is the last episode of this season, and we're gonna update to version 1.14 in the next one. So yeah, that's always quite fun. Next version is gonna be the villager update, so we're gonna have a lot of change in that one. All of this will be looking different probably in that version in the next episode, since they changed the way the I don't know what that sound was, but yeah, they changed a lot of the textures in the newer version, so I'm really interested to see how this is going to change. Hopefully it will all still be pretty, but yeah, that is just a mystery for the next episode, I guess. But yeah, in the last episode we finished off finally, you know, filling in all of the seeds and filling in all of the flowers. That is now looking really beautiful. And we started working on this segment right here with the big trees. Already I'm getting a lot of saplings, which I should probably start picking up now. But yeah, we started working on all of that. Yeah, that one just despawned. Oh well. Anyway, we started working on all of that, and we're going to continue working on that in today's episode, because, well, a lot of stuff still needs to be done here. And we're probably going to be cutting down quite a bit of wood in today's episode. I'm going to be real honest. That's probably going to be a big chunk of it, just because of all the things that I want to be doing. But I want to be working on the cliff as well. This cliff right here. I want to expand it and start filling this all in, so that it actually makes sense. So yeah, we're going to see how far we get with all of that in today's episode. I'm going to go ahead and cut down this jungle tree now, since it's no longer, you know, fitting in with the whole aesthetic of this area. I mean, it never did, but now it's actually being, you know, a little bit of an eyesore to the aesthetics that we got going on. So I think it's about time we get rid of it, and with that, you know, get rid of our advantage view, because, well, it didn't have that great of a view anymore anyway, since it was getting way too close. It's quite ridiculous, because I already moved this thing once in order to, you know, have to be not too close to the field, but now I'm moving it again, which is quite funny. Well, I'm not moving it, I'm just removing it, I suppose, but there we go. And boom, that's the whole jungle tree gone. We'll just put that in here for now. I kind of have a thing going on here. I'm probably gonna need a sugar box for all of the wood that I'm getting through all of this, but there should be one right here. So I'm just gonna start using this guy as a little wood box, so to say. There we go. And we're gonna yoink these two bad boys. And yeah, as I said, we're gonna be working on all of this in today's episode, because I want this all to be puzzle-fied, so to say. I'm gonna get rid of a couple of the trees here, so that I can actually make a new forest shape. And, well, this all needs to be terraformed still in order to really get going on anything here. So that's gonna be a lot of work, but oh well, needs to be done. And then we are gonna start having a forest here, and this lake might have to go, at least like a segment like this will go, I guess. Maybe I will keep this one. I mean, this does look cool, but things like the sand here, that all needs to go, and all of this needs to be terraformed into something completely different. But for now, all I need to focus on is just removing these trees and making this all into puzzly, beautifully land, so to say. So let's put on some tunes here and get going with cutting down the stream. And as I said, I really want to get going on that cliff a lot more. That cliff is going to be a big staple of this whole area. I mean, now that the tree is gone, it already feels more in place, I'd say. And that cliff is just going to be a big part of this place. So I want to make it look good. Now, our tools are not happy anymore. I'm gonna be real honest, they are just not happy anymore. But I'm not gonna repair them in this version anymore, because it's just painful, and it should be way easier in the next version, with the whole villager smickly bookily boo going on in the next versions. So I'm just waiting on that. I'm gonna be real honest. So yeah, they just have to suffer for a little while longer, while we cut down the trees and do the this and the that and the blue and the blue, if you know what I mean. So well, it's fine. It's fine. I think all of my tools should survive for now. It's just a little sad that they're this down in durability. I never like seeing a tool being so low in durability. But I guess it's not that big of a deal. I don't know, for me mentally it is a big deal, right? But oh well. Anyway, there we go. That's another one cut down. And I really don't feel like placing down more trees here just for those little parts of grass that I missed. So I think I am gonna do the whole thing with just moving a bit of puzzle. I cannot be bothered with it. I just cannot be. Because I'm cutting down so many trees and it's so much work. I don't need even need to cut down the trees. I'm just having to do that because I wanted Patzel, and that's what the sad part is. Like, it's not like I'm planning to use all of this wood that I'm getting right now, so it doesn't even feel all that fulfilling, to be honest. Now, I'm hoping we get to see most of the wheat field turn completely gold in today's episode. It's probably not gonna be completely complete, but hey, we'll hopefully get it quite close. Because then, you know, we can really see the big difference between that and the new textures in the next episode. But yeah, we'll have to see, I guess. We'll have to see if we're gonna get it all to be golden. And otherwise, it will definitely be golden in 1 or 2 more episodes. So it is what it is. Anyway, that's another tree down. And I believe there's one more. Only one more, right? Yes, nice. Then, as I said, I do have to get rid of all of the smaller ones around here as well. Because they are not blend in, and so they're a bit too random for my liking. And they just don't fit in. I mean, an oak tree is definitely not gonna fit in here anymore. So we are gonna have to get rid of all of that stuff as well. I wanna quickly see... I don't wanna miss out on too many of the jungle saplings. There we go. At least need to be able to blend down another one. I mean, the jungle is not that far away, don't get me wrong. But, you know, it's nice to have a backup amount of them. There we go. Did I just miss the ending of the song? Oh, I did. How sad. Oh well. Last little tree. Oh no, last big tree, and then we're on to the little ones. So that's nice. And as I said, I do want it all to be patzified. So that's gonna be a lot of work. Now, of course, the deeper you go into the forest, the more the big trees should be. So on the outer edge, it kind of shouldn't be too many big spruce trees. Because that wouldn't make sense, but at the same time that's not nice because I want it all to be Patzel, so that's just gonna be a lot of work then if I don't have it like that. But oh well, it's gonna be what it is gonna be, I guess. It's fine. Let's see, we're gonna cut down these trees for now as well. Just because I need to redo this all in my head, and when it's all empty, then I can easily see what I want to do next. I mean, we cannot have little things like this being around here, right? That just doesn't make any sense. Oh yeah, crawling is not yet a thing. I believe that also gets introduced in the next version. Which is quite crazy. If that's the case, then they really did add crawling and swimming quite closely together. Like, back to back, basically. But in my mind, it was always way more time between it. Anyway, let's sleep away this night real quick and drink some water. There we go. Yeah, in my mind, swimming and crawling, there was like quite a bit of time in between that. But I suppose not. If that gets added in the next version, then it was literally one version apart. Which, I don't know, it feels really weird to think about it like that. But I'm really quite certain that they did add it in the next version. So, my mind is blown. My mind is blown. Also, it's kind of mind-blowing that they added that the villager updates was 1.14, because, I mean, think about how long actually that ago is, right? That is like quite some time ago, 1.14. So well, there we go. No need to be thinking about all of that too much. Alright, let's get these. These are picked out from here, because we do not want them right now actually to be all over the place. Because this is all gonna be terraformed into a different kind of landscape. I kind of really need to get Silk Touch on a shovel. I'm gonna be real honest. It's starting to get really annoying, but I don't have 30 levels. And getting 30 levels is incredibly painful. So I don't feel like getting Silk Touch on a shovel. So this is just all around horrible right now. Because I need a lot of Patzel. And I don't feel like doing that. So maybe I will kind of postpone actually this part of the project for just the next episode. Since everything will be better than for XP wise. And then I can just get a lot of XP. Get myself set up with a good shovel and good durability tools. And then maybe I should just focus mainly on the cliff. Ah, you gotta be kidding me. Cliff in this episode. Maybe. Quickly look around if I can find some sort of shovel with Silk Touch on it. But I'm gonna assume that I don't have it. There we go. And I will cut it down into this area here. And then it's good for now, I think. Why are they all just one block too tall? There we go. We'll get you as well. Why not? While I'm at it. There we go. Oh my goodness, look at the amount of items all over the place here. Yeah, this being all puzzle will look way better, just in contrast to the, you know, the flowers and stuff like that. It just doesn't need to be only puzzle. It needs to be, you know, filled with bushes and a little bit of trees as well. Then it will actually start looking good. Right now it looks a bit funky, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Right, for now this is good. I need some more rockets. First of all, let's get that. Boom, and my rocket box is almost empty, but I got like way more than enough all over the place in this world, so I'm not too worried about that for now. I want to go here. Let's see, maybe I have like a Silk Touch book somewhere laying around in one of these. Oh, just in time. One of these. Sharpness. I mean, we have up to sharpness 4 there. That's pretty good. But it looks like it's all pretty dookie. I have like really no Silk Touch at all. Do I? Could I get it? No. Oh, you can enchant it. Wait, you can. Probably not fully yet though. Oh no. Did I really not enchant any extra shovels? Why not? Why didn't I do that? How did I not have a Silk Touch shovel? Like, look at how long we've been going in this series. And I don't have a Silk Touch shovel. That's ridiculous. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be waiting with that then. Because that's just way too much effort. And I don't feel like putting that in for something that's going to change within an episode's time, right? That doesn't make much sense. Oh, look at the wheat field. Look at that. So beautiful. Why is this not fully grown yet? That makes no sense. Am I just too far away? Like, are these chunks not really loaded some of the time or something? Oh well, it doesn't matter that much. But this is glorious. A beautiful field. Alright. Yeah, I just want this all to be brown. that will make it look so much better, I think. For now, we're gonna ignore it, though. For now, we'll ignore it. We'll just go here and here. And we are gonna go over here and start working more so on the cliff, I think. Because I want to. Let's see, this one is filled with stone, so that's good. But we have an issue now, because I, of course, need this all to be landscaped, so to say. And we're gonna make this all landscaped all around. But that means I'm gonna need a lot of dirt again. And I am out of dirt. Which is quite crazy. That is insane. I've used so much dirt with filling all of this in. Like, so much was spent on this, of course. I mean, I can literally look at it, right? Items used, probably. Dirt, 21,000 blocks. Like, jeez. I don't even know how I got that many, because I've broken only 20,000 of them. But yeah, whatever. But yeah, that is so many blocks of dirt that we've placed down around here, right? And I'm now out of dirt, which is just ridiculous, but whatever. So this makes it quite hard to level this all up to this point, right? But I guess I kind of have to, so I just have to mine dirt now. Which I also don't really feel like doing, because this is a bit boring. I mean, I probably should just mine the underlayer, because that I can actually insta-mine. So, go underneath it. You know, this is all being stone. This is still all being stone. There we go. Then I mine out sections like this, right? To get my dirt up. But yeah, I don't know. I just need to do double work now in order to make this all work. Which is a little bit annoying, if you were to ask me. I find that to be a little bit annoying. To have to do that. And this is all just stone underneath. I don't know if it's because of old generation or if it's just a weird section in the world. But there's like literally only 2 layers of dirt here. Now we're getting more dirt, okay. So weird. Oh well. It's also not consistent either. Like, look at this. There's some random bits of dirt and then there's just water. And then there's a bit of dirt and then there's a lot of stone. Anyway, I probably have to cover up all of this as well. Even get rid of a bit of this river. Because at this point it starts going up here, right? So we kind of get this connected to here. So this is gonna be like that, and then slowly it starts going up here. Like right around here. So something like this. And this basically all just gets covered now with grass and dirt. And we need to make that look natural, and in order to make it look natural, it will have to be higher and higher and higher on all sides, let's say. So it kind of comes like this, I suppose. This is gonna be a very tricky. Like that. And it's nice if I can keep some of the natural terrain here, of course. Because then I don't need to place as much dirt down. And this is all basically up to the same height. Oh, so that's good. Right, that makes my life a little bit easier. But now it already starts being higher than the natural terrain. So now I already need to start expanding, so to say, on this terrain, which is just gonna be so much work. It's just gonna be a lot of work, because I want this all to be quite a mass, bit of land mass. And also, how I'm kind of envisioning it is that, how do you say this? Let's throw that out. How I'm envisioning is that it gets higher up here than it is here. I mean, it would kind of make sense that it goes up a little bit more right here, and not just completely goes down from this point. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be a massive project. I'm starting to realize more and more that this is quite big, what I now need to make, because of what I've started. But hey, that's fine. I think first of all I should maybe end the cliff, so make that part first. Let's see, we'll get rid of you. So we'll do the stone part first right now. Oh. We'll do this one. There we go. So yeah, around here, this is where it kind of cuts around and then it becomes more hill-like, so to say. That's what I had in mind, but I think I want it to be a bit wider than I first of all thought. Just a bit. So we're gonna expand it a bit more here. And maybe a bit around here. Then here it already starts kind of coming in again, right? Like something like this. I think this will be a pretty good size of it. That. And then here we get more dirt. There we go. Ooh, little water bucket clutch just for you. Right. Let's do what I'm actually good at. Cliffify things. This I can do. And around we will make this all up to standard heights real quick. Just to make my brain simpler, so to say. Then at random points we start going up. And we have a little straight there. There. Boop. And boop. Okay. And boom, boom, boom. One higher here. Like that. Let's sleep away this night real quick. Drink some more water. There we go. Boop. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop. Nice. And then around here we get another cut in. Ooh, maybe vines would be cool. Getting some vines running down. I just see some vines right there. I'm like, ah, that could be quite interesting. You know. Ah! I fell. That could be quite interesting. Let's see here. There. And down. This is, as I said, the really simple part for me, to be honest. This I don't find that hard to do, making a cliff like this. It's just the rounding off of it that's gonna be more difficult. Yeah, we'll do this here. This part I've mastered, so to say. I wouldn't say I've mastered it, but I've gotten good enough at it. Boom. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. That there. This here. And now maybe I should have a downward slope already, so to say. Because here I kind of want it to not be a cliff on this side anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like this shouldn't be a cliff here. I kind of want it to be more like this, so more hill. So it kind of should just go down drastically quick and then be turning into a hill like that, I suppose. Because I mean, if we were to look at this, right, like surely this is already fine. Yeah, that looks fine, but it shouldn't be much thicker than that, so to say. Somehow missed a block in here. There we go. Like this looks fine for now, but it just needs a rounding off, so to say now, I think. Yeah. So here we should start going drastically backwards. So into here, let's see, we gotta quickly cut down this tree. It's in my way. So here we got to go really backwards and make it a really quick down cliff. So basically like that, but way, way shorter. That's the idea that I got in my head right now. So it's gonna be going down rapidly, basically. Like this. This. Then already another dirt layer. Boom, boom, boom. Third layer again. Then we get to this one. Make it a little bit bulby still, but still going down. That here. Then this one here. With this here. And then here it already starts turning just into basically like this, right? So it's getting really, oh my goodness, this stupid tree. Alright, I'm just gonna mine some dirt while the leaves are decaying because I cannot handle it. Oh, why is there gravel here? At the one spot I start mining, it's just filled with gravel. Are you kidding me? I want dirt, I want to get dirt. Oh, there's just no dirt around here. Why is it so thin? Why is it so thin here? Oh, my inventory. Stupid gravel. Oh, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm actually about to go crazy. Oh, okay. Whew. Let's just mine in the swamp. Are you kidding me? Why is there only one layer? How? Who has thought of this? Why is the drill generation so stupid in this version? Or in the old version? Where's all of the dirt gone? I need more dirt. I want more dirt. Can I get more dirt from here? No, it's just still so thin. I cannot go underneath it and just be a little mole. Like this, but then way more spread out. This is fine for now. But there's gravel again. Oh, I hate gravel. I hate gravel so much. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that's a good amount of dirt. This is better. This is what I was looking for. This is exactly what I was talking about. Now I can actually get my dirt in quickly. Like in a decent amount of time. Is that sand? Is this the desert? Oh, we found the desert. Alright. That's fine. Look at the amount of dirt I got. I'm happy now. Everything is once again good. It has all reset, so to say. So yeah, this is of course very steep, but that's fine. Here we turn this into stone underneath it, of course, in order for it to make sense, so to say. And here's a little layer of extra grass, that's fine. This I don't mind, a little hiccup, but it doesn't need to be straight like this. So there we go. Yeah, the dirt is of course right now way too thin on the edges. So what I wanted to do, I said that before, is kind of add in this all around. So this, a little bit of overhanging, which is gonna be a bit difficult to do now, but yeah, I feel like I should mainly be doing that from underneath, but that is of course quite tricky because of how high up it gets. So well, listen, maybe I can do it from up here. Let's see. Like this, can be up to that height, like so. And, maybe not that kind of overhang around here. This I find to be quite a hard thing to do, to be honest. Like, this is not my strong point or anything like that. But hey, it needs to be done as well. And by doing it, I will get better at it. So that is the plus side. There we go. Something like that. I don't know how it's looking, what I'm doing, what it's looking like right now, by the way. I'm just doing something, so to say, and we'll see in a second if I like the way it looks. That we'll have to find out by just looking at it from a distance in a bit, I suppose. Alright, there we go. Let's going up again. There. And another layer of upness. There we go. Maybe not here yet, but then around here we do have it. As I said, it's really hard for me to judge how this is looking right now. It also definitely needs its grass to be spread up here in order to actually make it make sense what I'm doing right now, I think. But that's gonna take a little while, probably, before the grass gets all the way up here. Because it has to make a little circle, but that's fine. We'll have to see in a second. And just imagine the grass being on top of it. Because right now, I cannot see that. That's just how it is. Right, and now we get, of course, that it starts going down a lot. So we kind of need to be like this, and then maybe a dirt block underneath it here, and there a dirt block. Stupid chicken, getting in my way. Boom. As I said, this is a very steep point in the hill, or in the cliff. But it will make more sense once the hill actually just starts going up here in a normal way, in a natural way, so to say. Then that won't be as weird, I don't think. So we kind of just get this overhanging here. Like so. Okay, now to smooth out edges like this. I mean, in these spots that's going to be quite easy, because, you know, I can just reach it. But then once we start going up, that will already be more difficult. It's kind of like that. This is good, I think. Okay, this tree also just needs to be gone because it's ruining the view right now. There we go. Yeah, so it kind of just now looks like a little crown on top of it, which it already looks better, let's be real here. But it doesn't look fully natural yet, I don't think. Also, of course, it's all stone right now, which is kind of not a good thing because it makes it look really flat. Let's sleep away this night and drink some water. Which makes it looks really quite flat almost, because of it's all stone. But I really don't have that many great texture blocks to switch it up yet. That's the really annoying part. Like, it's gonna be difficult really breaking that up in a way that I want to. I mean, with this you can barely see it, but that is the break of the texture that we need here. like the cobblestone to stone brick, of course, but you can barely even tell from a distance like this, but that makes it look smooth, whereas this looks flat, not smooth, just flat. And I don't know if I need to add in cobblestone, because I feel like cobblestone wouldn't make sense for a cliff like this, but maybe I do need to add in cobblestone. I just don't know what other kind of block I can add into it right now. I mean, we could quickly go into a creative world, right? A little test world here. Takes quite some time actually to generate this. I forgot about that. This is a little painful. There we go. Yeah. All right, here we are. Here's my little flower field thing I made as well. So if we were to look at all of the blocks that are here now, right? I mean, of course, andesite is alright, but these blocks already I don't like. I'm just not good with those. But how many other blocks do we really have that are close enough in texture, right? There's just not that many rock blocks yet. Like, yeah, we do have that coral and stuff, but that's way too expensive for me to add to it, so we're not gonna be doing that. And it kind of needs like a darker undertone, but yeah, deep slate is just not in the game yet, so I cannot do that. So there's really not much for me here. Oh my goodness, I forgot about that. The weather in this world, for some reason, this whole world is just messed up. I mean, look at the sheep that are here. I did not spawn those. I don't know what's going on. And the weather, it rains every 5 minutes or something in this world, but whatever. So yeah, we could maybe have it more be like this. In terms of the cliff, I suppose. So then a cobbly start. Instead. And maybe even less cobbly. Or should I have a cobbly end? That's also a possibility, of course, so that this part is more cobbly. Right, and then this part is more stone, but I just don't know. I just don't think the cobblestone will look all that good. So to say. Get that real quick. So yeah, we get a little droop here and something like that, whatever. So then would I want more cobblestone up here instead of down? And then the stone is the first part. I just don't see it like this, right? I don't know. It doesn't look the way I want it to look. I feel like I just kind of have to wait for new textures to be added. Because I mean, the world generation is just like this as well, and this is not gonna make it look better, I don't think. Of course, there's things like gravel that feels a bit hard to do. And outside of that, there's really only coal ore, I think, that would break it up in a good way, but I just don't have much of those. That's more the issue than anything else. Like, of course, breaking it up like this. Where's my stone? There we go. This could be quite cool. Like, I don't mind that at all. It's difficult. Let's just keep it at that. Yeah, this world just loads a lot quicker, by the way. I don't know what's going on here. But it is difficult. Let's just say it like that. I think it definitely needs more on top of it, though. That's already gonna add in quite a lot. I do like the overhang we have created. It might be a bit flat at some points, like right around here, right? So I cannot really reach it that greatly. But yeah, little points like that, it's a little bit flat, so we add a bit of that curvature. It doesn't need much. It already looks better like this than it was a second ago, so that's at least nice. Maybe a bit here as well. Right, something like that. Yeah. There we go. And maybe here as well, a bit more. There, up, and up. There we go. And something like that, I think, is already a bit better. Cool. Yeah, that looks better now there. This definitely needs the same treatment, though. I think just being careful with this and adding in slight details to it will bring it already a lot more life, so that's at least good. Something along these lines. And then we go down. Then we maybe look at this next part. And it also can use a little bit more attention. Right, so we just go in here. Oh. Like this. Just add a little bit of droop to it, as I like to call it. There we go. Something along these lines. I mean, here the cliff is nice and high, so it isn't that bad if the dirt actually drips down quite a lot as well. And on the other side, I do need to be a bit more careful with something like this. Because there it's not as high, right? So if it goes down a lot, then it looks weird because it almost covers everything, basically. But now it doesn't do that as much, so to say. So this is kind of fine, I think. An overhang like this. So that's good. Because that just adds more detail. Okay. Let's have a little fly around. Yeah, I like this. I think this is okay for now. What I want to do now is finish off that healing part, so to say. Then we just need to get a lot of dirt and start filling it all in, I suppose. That's really all that I can do in order to get it going. So yeah, here of course we start having basically a hill. So we're gonna get rid of this tree already, because I know now already this is just gonna be awful in a bit. So there we go. And now this will basically be our line of the hill. And it will be almost filling... almost matching the natural one, but it's just not gonna be it. But I think I need to be staying really quite close to the cliff, so that I can have a good feeling of what kind of shape we need to give to this, so to say. Because of course here it goes up really quite quickly. So having it be a quick shape is needed. But then the further out to that direction we go, the slower it's kind of gonna be. So I need to feel around with that. And I think the way to do that is by starting with this segment, like I'm doing right now. And kind of doing it like this, I suppose. There. Boop, boop, boop. And like this. And like this, there we go. And then here, as I said, I do want this to eventually go up a little bit more at this part. But not right away, right here, of course, because then it will stay being really steep. And that I don't want. Like, this is already super steep, so making that go even higher like this will be not so great, so to say. I mean, maxing this into being more flow-like is already going to be very difficult. But it's needing to be done. So we're going to try it. And I just need more dirt. This is my stone box. Let's just plop all of this in there. And I'm going to go and get more dirt, I guess. Because I need a lot of it, okay? I just need a lot of it. And there's not a lot for me to gather anywhere around here. But I'm going to try, I guess. Maybe I just fly out to a new area. Oh. Alright, I am already starting to lag from new chunks. How on earth is that possible? What on earth is going on? How is it this hard to handle? My flight is not being stopped. I'm not doing... Okay. My goodness. Oh my goodness. Stop. What on earth? It's just some chunks. What on earth is going on? Hello? I want to stop flying now. Please. What's going on? Okay. Okay. These aren't even new chunks, by the way. Just so we're clear here. Am I just stuck in this? I mean, there's dirt here, so that's good. Why is this happening? Are you kidding me? I'm just stuck in fly mode. Like, completely stuck right now. These are literally not new chunks. I've been here before. Okay, I guess I need to relog. This is really ridiculous. I actually don't have any idea why it's this hard. Thank you. Let's start mining some dirt. We're just gonna ignore that that happened. I really do not understand how it was that hard to load some chunks that I have literally loaded before, but whatever, I guess. Whatever, that's not a good tell for next updates to come, but oh well. Well, maybe it's not that bad, because I believe chunk loading in this version is just horrible in general. And in the new versions it's not that bad anymore, I believe. But we gotta find out, I guess. I believe they at least optimized it, or made it better a little bit. Oh well. I find it quite ridiculous that that just happened, but whatever. Okay, now I will definitely like to pick up my items at least. There we go. Alright, at least these lands have actually generated with a lot of dirt, so that is nice. Now I can actually get my supply up quite quickly, so now it's not that bad. Because this is quite fast, I will be honest. This is pretty decent. Like, I can definitely not complain about the speed of my dirt rates right now. It's just incredible that it took me that long to start mining the dirt, but whatever. Alright, with that, I think I'm happy for now. I think I'm gonna leave it. And fly back with this, because this will already get us quite far, I believe. So let's see. Where's our beautiful land? It's right here. Look at that. Alright. Yeah, this is really quite steep, to be fair. But I don't really know how I could make it not like that, I suppose. So we're just gonna deal with it. We got hill here. And then it slowly turns more and more into hill. And at some points it's just a little bit steep like this. Like that's fine because it's still a little bit cliff-like. That's okay. It's gonna be tricky doing this in a natural looking way, so to say. I'm definitely gonna have a hard time with this, but whatever. I don't know. I'm just gonna try something and see if it works. And if it doesn't, then that's fine. We can always retry, I suppose. Do like this. This. Boop. And here it starts getting not so steep anymore, of course. And there we go. Here it starts getting really quite more flat. So how do we do this? Like this, I suppose. I'm really interested to see how this is how gonna look at the end of all of this monstrosity that I'm creating right now. How this is gonna pack out, but we'll find out, I guess. Maybe this part of the hill will just look a little bit weird, but that's fine. This is not really the most important part now, is it? Here we get more flow with it. Okay, let's sleep away another night real quick. Drink some more water. And there we go. And here I want to start giving it more space to breathe, so to say. So to get more and more land-like. Give me some stone. And give me some tunes. I mean, come on. Let's go. There we go. We'll just cliffify this a bit more so that it looks more sensible. So there we go. There. And a bit there. This sand needs to be gone as well, I suppose. But yeah. Alright. This isn't horrible. I just think this needs to be filled in more. Right now it's just a bit too edgy, so to say. So we're gonna be more like this with it. There we go. Just make it a bit more smoother, a bit more bulbous instead of etched in, so to say. I think that already made quite a big difference. That is what it needed right there. Just a bit more bulb instead of edge. Yeah. Then on segments like these, we want to be cutting into it a bit more like that, so that it's not completely straight lined up like that, more curved up like that. Then here we start having a bit more land with it. Like so, right? Okay. And as I said here, each layer basically gets like bigger and bigger as the hill gets lower and lower, so to say. So we kind of come into an area here where now one layer all of a sudden actually starts being like multiple blocks again, right? Like it is right here. So it's kind of getting like this, and then we give space to that before we go up a layer. And then we get a little cut in here. And it starts going up a little bit slower. But it still needs to go up just a bit slower. Like this. This here. Boom. And boom. There we go. Alright. This is a part where it gets more hard for me again. So here I do need it to be quite straight lined again. Like quickly going up. Like so. Because otherwise we're just cutting it a bit too close. And something like this, I think. There we go. Something along these lines here. Okay. Yeah. I think this looks pretty natural, so to say. Like it doesn't look... It looks like it goes taller than most. It doesn't look like this is looking, but it's looking better, I think. So that's good. So here we get a connection to this landmass, right? And then we need just to fill this all in, so let's see. Give space to the layers. More and more. So like this. This. Oh. Oh, there's just a hole there, I suppose. Okay. This there. More space. And more space. Okay, I don't know exactly what I'm doing right now. Gotta be real honest, but I think I'm doing good. That I do believe. I do believe I'm doing pretty decent here. So that is a nice thought to be having. Something like this. I think I'm doing pretty decent here. Because now we're kind of like matching the upness on that side. Like, look at this. It almost goes up evenly at this point. Even though, of course, this is like a completely different way of going up. It still matches each other, which is kind of what I wanted. Now that I'm thinking about it. So that's really good. That's really good. As I said, I do want this to be ending up going a little bit higher at this point. So let's say we have this being right here, right? Then I do want a little bit more of a topping, so to say. Like this. And it doesn't need to be big and it doesn't need to be everywhere. But it just needs to go up a little bit more at around this height. Because then I feel like that will just make the hill feel more solid from further away. Solid looking, so to say. So we just get a little something like this, right? And then here it starts cutting into itself a bit more. Like so. And then now it becomes more round shaped. And it starts going back. Like this. There we go. I think that's pretty decent. It's pretty decent. Here. And here I need to be careful not to mess up the flow of what we already had going on, of course. So let's be careful with that. There. And there we go. No, this needs to cut into here, of course, there. Now this all goes up quite a bit. Like this. And then I do want it to go up a little bit higher again in the middle, otherwise it will just be a bit too flat. But I want it to be more so here going up than actually in the middle of it. So somewhere around here we'll have our next little step of height, which is quite close to the edge, but that's exactly what I want. Because then you can actually see it from, you know, down below, that there is more height here. That's the idea, right? So it's not really going to be in the middle of anything, but it's just a little extra height so that it adds to that solidness from further away and from below, so to say. Yeah, alright. We already have zombies spawning in there. I don't care that much about that stuff. So whatever. I think something like this might be pretty good now. There. I'm quite close to being out of dirt, so that's a bit sad, but whatever. Whatever. And there, alright. You know what? I want to take a look. How does that look now from down below, right? Yes, so it is now more hill-shaped. Of course, it really needs that grass added onto it in order to actually make it make sense. I also think I shouldn't have any of these be non-sticking out. So this should all be filled in, I think. So even more of an edge to all of that. Just because... Oh, there we go. Right. All of these little gaps also need to be filled in, of course, but that will come. So, yeah, just make it nice and smooth around here. That's a bit better. And then it has that little topping up top, right? Why is there a gap there? I just wanted to fly over here. There we go. I think this can actually all be added in here as well. Maybe even a bit here in order to really sell that solidness going on. Bring it a bit more forward than I originally had in mind. There we go. Something like this. Something along the lines of this. And then this is good. Of course, it all needs to turn green. That is gonna be a big help. And then it's gonna have trees and all that kind of stuff on top of it. And what I was maybe thinking was having like a waterfall as well. But that would be really tricky. I mean, I kind of like the idea of it being a little lake up here and then a waterfall. But the real tough part about that is I want this all to be land. So then there will be a river, of course, coming out of the waterfall. But where on earth will that go, right? That's the part that why I'm a bit uncertain about it. So I don't know if I really want to go and commit to a waterfall. Waterfalls are cool and all, but I don't know if I should do that, so to say. Anyway, we now need to fill in all of this, and I'm out of dirt, so that's cool. Alright, let's see. How does it look from here now again? Yeah, this does make the cliff already feel better. So to say, let's sleep away this last little night and drink a bit more water. At least this is already quite a bit better. Now it actually looks like a cliff from here, right? Like you cannot tell there's not much going on behind it anymore, so that's good. But the treatment we have put into it, it does need more of it for it to be finished, of course. Like a lot more of all of this to be filled in. This is definitely a very good start, I would say. I'm quite happy with this. This also feels natural, so that's nice. That was a bit of a concern. This might need some work at some point, but for now it's fine. I'm gonna go and gather some more dirt. Okay, can I? Thank you. I'm gonna go ahead and gather some more dirt and hopefully not grass my entire game by going over to some chunks here. I mean, I guess the chunk borders here kind of messed it. I don't know. I don't know why it's that hard for this version, but whatever. Maybe doing it like this is just the best. I mean, I can just run really quick. And then I, like, go back in the next 2x2, right? And then pick up all of the blocks that I left behind. I kind of don't dislike this. Like, this isn't too bad, I don't think. I also don't think I'm really missing any blocks on the ground, so that's good. Is it fast? I don't know. I don't know if this is really all that much faster than... Or if it's even as fast as just mining. Ah! What on earth? You ruined my fun. Like, it's probably faster to just big mine, now that I think about it, so maybe I will do that. I mean, this is quite slow. I would admit, it is quite slow for the build. It feels nice, but it is quite slow. Also, my shovel is starting to hate life right now, but hey, it's fine. It's fine. One more version, okay? One couple more minutes, and then we're updating. Basically how you need to see this right now. And then we'll get everything we want. Go. This will be a pretty good amount of dirt already, I think. There. Okay. Let's get out of here. Nice. And let's place a bit more dirt down, I guess. We have a little bit of time left over, so why not? Oh yeah, it just needs to turn green. It really needs to turn green in order for it to make sense. Right now it just looks like a big old blob of land, doesn't it? But that's fine. Alright, I want to work on this side actually now. In order to bring that solidness over here, so to say. So, of course, this kind of just goes around here. Then... a bit like this. Need to, as I said, really match up with the landmass around it. The 5 that we had already created, I need to match that, so to say. Something like this. Now it starts going down, basically, again. So here. This, I think, is alright. We sometimes get a little close to the edge and sometimes a little further away. That makes sense. Like that. Something along these lines. There, alright. Yeah, I think what I'm doing right now is fine. As I said, it is a bit tricky and all, but I think this is okay. So just here. Oh, that's a bit much, isn't it? That was a bit much. Alright, there we go. Hopefully this will also help speed up the grass spread. That would be nice. Because we need that grass to start spreading way more around here. Look at this. This is the beautiful green I've been looking for now, isn't it? This is what we want to see. Not that dirty dirt. Been way too long since it's turned green. So it's gonna turn green soon. Let's just keep it at that. Boom. This here. This here. I mean, here it's quite steep, but this is fine. I think part of this is also just natural, so that's cool. Can just really blend in with it. I mean, of course, we did this basically at the start of the episode, kind of, right? This segment. I remember doing it, and now it's all turned into grass already. Yeah, we did this part here. Alright, but yeah, then it goes up like this, and then like this, I suppose. And here it starts capping out a little bit more. So I could kind of keep the river on this side going. I don't know how exactly I'm gonna do this side yet, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Now I go all the way up again and match it again, I suppose. The next part. Get a little inward staking there. Like that. Then we go here. Ah! Okay. Ow, ow, ow. Alright. And something like this. But now I need to really get it going down. So now it's going to be more like this. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop. What I'm doing right now, I don't know. I'm just doing something. I'm just all doing it off of vibe. And the idea that I have in my head of how this is supposed to be shaped. And then I'm just seeing where that vibe is getting me. And if it's good, then it's good. And if it's not good, then we can always change it up a little bit in the future. But right now, it's just taking me here, so to say. So, yeah. I'm going with the flow. Right. We are out of time for today's episode, unfortunately. So I'm gonna have to end it here. But we haven't really taken a screenshot in for today's episode. And I guess I'm gonna take it again from this field of view. Because I really liked it last time around from up here. And now it's all changed quite a bit since that again. Oh, but it's not perfect. I don't even know what the perfect view would be. Maybe just here. Maybe I'll just tower up a little bit here. Let's go like right here. Then just take this all in. Boom. There we go. Yeah, I'm happy for today's episode. We made a good amount of progress. This will all be different in the next one when I actually get resources better. I want to work more on the cliff in the next episode. But I don't know if we will with the whole update going on. So we'll have to see. Maybe I will work on this. Maybe I will do update stuff. Kind of depends on how much changes with the villagers that I do have. But yeah, it is nice that we can kind of see this all being golden still in this version. This is what I wanted and we got it almost perfectly. So yeah, this is all gonna change in the next episode. Anyway, I'm hoping you all enjoyed today's episode. I'm hoping you all enjoyed this season. And as always, I want to thank you all very much for watching. And I'll see you all in the next one. So for now, goodbye.